Well, hey guys, we're at the Shiloh National Military Park in Ray Field. And today we're going to learn about the making of the Mississippi Monument. The story goes that years ago, a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel named Kim Johnson was taking a guided tour of the battlefield early one morning, and the group got to Ray Field, which is where you are right now. The Lieutenant Colonel noticed there was no monument to the Mississippi boys. He started a conversation with his guide about this, and, well, his guide that day was a retired Army Brigadier General Parker Hills. And if you ever can take one of his tours, well, you really want to do that. Anyway, the men were talking about how the 6th Mississippi had gone into battle with about 425 troops. Within 15 to, well, maybe about 30 minutes, the 6th Mississippi had lost 300 men. Now, that's about a 70% casualty rate. Well, the Air Force guide challenged the Army guide to help him create a monument to the sacrifice these men made. Over the next 4 years, retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Kim Johnson raised over $475,000. To be able to raise that kind of money in Mississippi, even 150 or so years after the Civil War, is no small feat. And certainly, Colonel Johnson's passion is the reason you see this monument before you today. The men of the 6th Mississippi, part of Patrick Claiborne's brigade, emerged from the thickets and swampy bottoms below Shiloh Church to begin their assault on the camps of the 53rd Ohio. These camps were supported by artillery, and, well, you know the final story about what happened next. When the monument was dedicated in September of 2015, Mississippi was the only southern state that had such a large number of troops. Mississippi had 7 artillery batteries, 9 infantry regiments, and 2 cavalry detachments here at Shiloh, and none of them had a monument. Dr. Kim Sessoms of Brookhaven is the artist that created the monument. On the monument, you can see that the color bearer or the flag holder has been hit. He's recoiling back, going backwards, trying to hold up the flag. The other 2 soldiers are coming to his aid, trying to hold the flag up. Over the years, various states began paying for monuments here at Shiloh, the other most recent being Tennessee in 2005. The flag on the monument is not a Confederate battle flag, it's a Hardy flag, which was used by the 6th Mississippi here. The monument is not intended to encourage you to take sides, but rather to honor the men who did everything their country asked them to do. The goal of the monument, despite the rather disturbing history of the war itself, is to give the men in the ranks some measure of consideration. War, after all, is a terrible thing. Before the Battle of Shiloh, the nation thought the Civil War would be a short affair, sort of glorious in nature. Here we learned that war is truly indeed horrible. The Confederates amassed 10,700, well, you could just say real close to 11,000 casualties. That's killed, wounded, or captured. The United States amassed somewhere around 13,000 casualties. And a little over 70% of the 6th Mississippi were part of the Confederate casualties. Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about the making of the Mississippi Monument at Shiloh today. And if you stuck with me this far, why don't you bump that like button? Thank you.